Hannah Maria, a young and passionate Gen Z teacher, recently made headlines by quitting her job. Her reason? She believes technology is destroying education. Maria, who taught high school English, posted a heartfelt video explaining her decision. It quickly went viral. In it, she describes her growing frustration with the negative impact of technology on her students. She argues that schools are failing to address the problem. Maria's story is a wake-up call. It highlights the urgent need to examine the role of technology in the classroom. Maria's decision to quit was not made lightly. She had entered the teaching profession with enthusiasm and high hopes. She quickly became disillusioned. She saw firsthand how technology was hindering, not helping, her students' learning. Maria observed a disturbing trend. Students were struggling with basic literacy skills. They found it difficult to read and write. Even more concerning, they seemed to have lost the ability to focus and engage deeply with their studies. Maria's observations are backed up by alarming statistics. In 2024, a staggering 21% of U.S. adults were functionally illiterate. This means they were unable to read or write at a basic level. Even more concerning, 54% of adults had literacy skills below a 6th grade level. The National Literacy Institute estimates that low literacy costs the U.S. economy up to $2.2 trillion annually. These figures paint a bleak picture of the state of literacy in America. They suggest a growing crisis that cannot be ignored. Inside the classroom, the impact of technology is impossible to ignore. Maria teaches in a district where students receive iPads from 6th grade. She noticed that students rely heavily on these devices for reading. Text-to-speech functions have become a crutch. This hinders their ability to decode words and develop reading fluency. Furthermore, the constant stimulation of scrolling and social media has significantly shortened students' attention spans. They struggle to focus on tasks that require sustained mental effort, such as reading a book or writing an essay. The decline in literacy skills is not limited to anecdotal evidence. In January 2025, the National Assessment of Educational Progress, or NAEP, released a report that sent shockwaves through the education system. The report revealed a significant drop in reading and math scores among 4th and 8th graders in several states. Scores fell below the national average, indicating a widespread problem. While various factors contribute to this decline, many experts point to the pervasive use of technology in schools as a major culprit. In light of these findings, Maria's proposed solution seems radical but necessary. She advocates for limiting students' access to technology until they reach college. While this idea may seem extreme, it stems from a deep concern for students' well-being and future prospects. Maria believes that early exposure to excessive technology is rewiring young minds, hindering their ability to develop essential cognitive skills. She argues that children need time and space to cultivate their imaginations, engage in hands-on learning, and develop social skills through face-to-face interaction. The official response to the declining test scores has been lukewarm at best. Peggy Carr, commissioner of the National Center for Education Statistics, acknowledged the concerning trend. She admitted that students are not performing at desired levels. However, concrete solutions and meaningful action are still lacking. Meanwhile, the political climate surrounding education has become increasingly polarized. In a controversial move, President Trump signed an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education, further complicating the issue. Hannah Maria's story is a stark reminder of the unintended consequences of technology on education. While technology can be a valuable tool for learning, its overuse and misuse can have detrimental effects on students' literacy, attention spans, and overall cognitive development. As we move further into the digital age, it is imperative that educators, policymakers, and parents engage in a thoughtful and critical discussion about the role of technology in the classroom. We must find a balance between leveraging the benefits of technology and preserving the essential elements of traditional learning that foster critical thinking, creativity, and a love of learning. The future of education, and indeed our society, depends on it.